y'all doing? It's your girl, your diva, and knowledge, Lady Mocha, representing Mocha's Cafe de Paris. Well, I'm always serving you wisdom, knowledge, and spiritual awareness. Big ups to everybody who has been supporting my platform, supporting my channel. Again, I want to thank each and every one of you, my A1s from day ones who have been rocking with me since 2017. Those of you who have recently subscribed, I welcome you to Mocha's Cafe de Paris family. And if this is your first time here ever checking out my content for the very first time and you like what you hear, please do me a favor by liking, sharing, and subscribing to my content. So moving further along, y'all, thought this was a very imperative story to share because all of us have been in situations at one point in time in which we have caught our significant other or boyfriend having some inappropriate conversations, and men have gone through this as well. That gives you reason to believe that they are basically cheating on you, messing around, or really not being fully committed as you believe that they are supposed to be. So nevertheless, y'all, this has gone viral. And of course, I'm going to show the video of the footage so y'all can see for yourselves. This situation definitely took me off guard. It's one thing to hear about it, but to actually see it with your own eyes. I'm gonna just go ahead on with the story, and then we'll finish with the commentary and the video footage. So basically, an Avondale woman accused of hitting two people with her car last month, killing one man and leaving another wounded, was targeting the father of her infant child, according to Hamilton County Prosecutor's Office. Tavia Chapman, age 24, was indicted Thursday on charges of aggravated murder, felonious assault, attempted murder, and endangering children, court records show. One of the victims, Christopher Scott Griffith, age 58, died as a result of the incident. If convicted on all charges, Chapman faces a maximum sentence of life in prison, Hamilton County Prosecutor Joe Detters said Thursday. Investigators said Chapman struck Griffith and Jawan Khalid Lunsford near the Spring Grove Village Kroger on Kennard Avenue. Lunsford and Chapman share an 8-month-old child who was in Chapman's vehicle during the incident. Chapman dropped Lunsford off at the Kroger. While he was inside the store, Chapman searched through Lunsford's phone and believed he had been in an inappropriate relationship with her sister. Video footage shows the vehicle speeding towards Lunsford, exiting the store with grocery bags in hand and striking him as he attempts to jump out of the way. Griffith, supporting himself with a cane, was walking up to the store when the vehicle hits the curb and runs him over, the video shows. The vehicle comes to a stop in the parking lot, and a woman identified as Chapman exits the vehicle, runs over to Lunsford, and starts throwing punches, the video says. She's then getting back into her vehicle before exiting again and attempting to flee the scene. Dieter said she stopped by a Good Samaritan and arrested by police at the scene. She was stopped by a Good Samaritan and arrested. Prosecutors said Griffith died of his injuries at the University of Cincinnati Hospital Medical Center. Lunsford suffered a broken leg. In the past year, Chapman was charged separately with child endangering with interference with custody. In the child endangering case from December 2021, Chapman is accused of hitting 9-year-old girl with a belt and punching her in the eye. Recent court filings show Chapman plans to say she was acting in self-defense. It does not appear the two child endangering cases were involved the same juvenile. Prosecutors say she's currently being held at the Hamilton County Justice System. He was just golden. Molden B. True, a close friend and former girlfriend of Griffith, said he was a renowned audio engineer who toured with artists such as Aerosmith, Prince, and Harry Connick Jr. 2013, Griffith was getting ready to go back on tour when he was paralyzed from the neck down following a motorcycle crash, True said. He eventually made a recovery, was able to walk with a cane, she said. Griffith founded Look Twice Cine, a charity focused on raising awareness of driver safety and helping others who've been involved in motorcycle crashes. He saved my life on more than one occasion, True said. He was just golden. And for something like this to happen, she said, it's just obscene. So nevertheless, y'all, I'm going to leave the link to this article. So if you want to read back into it yourself, I got this information from Yahoo News. So nevertheless, before I go on with my commentary, I am going to show the footage. I'm not going to do any audio. Of course, you cannot hear any audio anyway. This is the video footage of when the incident took place at the Kroger's parking lot. And y'all, when I tell you, you definitely got to brace yourselves for this. Definitely brace yourselves. This is a very heart, gut-wrenching situation. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and continue with the footage. And then when the footage is done, I will give y'all the rest of my commentary. So y'all, nevertheless, you have just viewed the footage in which Mrs. Oh, I got to remember the girl name, Mrs. Chapman had actually struck Mr. Lunsford, her child's father, and in the midst of that, she also struck an innocent bystander, a man who was already, uh, struggling with the abilities to be able to walk, to where he had to use a cane to support himself, because he unfortunately, had been in an accident. So it changed and altered his life. And it's very unfortunate that Mr. Griffith was able to have the blessing of still being able to support himself with the cane. And just like any other regular day, he's going to the grocery store, getting some food for his household. And no one would ever think that you go to the grocery store and here comes this crazy ass psychotic female who hits her baby daddy, who's leaving out the store as you're going in, and in the midst of it, when she strikes him, she hits you as well. So it's so unfortunate that the victim who ended up dying because of her actions, that he already had to endure so much. And fortunately, he had already given so much back to the community, by doing courses on raising awareness of driver safety and helping others. And it's so ironic because he was actually founding raising awareness for driver safety. And ironically, the very thing that he tried to raise awareness for was the very thing that ended up being his ended up helping him to meet his demise. It's very unfortunate. My heart definitely goes out to the Griffiths family, because this was very unnecessary. So nevertheless, y'all, Mrs. Chapman, evidently there was some trust issues for her to go through his phone while he was in Kroger's. Anytime you have to go through somebody's phone, whether if you're a man going through your woman's phone, or in most cases you're a woman and go through a man's phone, that's already a red flag that there is evidently trust issues in a relationship. And as I tell people, when you get to digging and plundering because you already got insecurity issues, honestly, if a person's making you feel that way, you shouldn't even be with them. But let's just be honest, a lot of us tolerate things that we should not tolerate, depending on how much we've invested in somebody, especially when there's villains and time involved, and in worst case scenarios, when there's a child involved. You want so badly to keep this picture perfect family together, and only to find out you've been betrayed. So evidently, by her going through his phone, she was already not sure of him. Okay, she went through the phone. Evidently, she saw him texting her sister. Now, that's a red flag. There's no reason um a, a woman's sister should be texting her man. Now, unless they're planning a surprise party for you, or there's a family emergency and they just so happen couldn't get in touch with you and had to reach out to the sister. In other words, it better be a good goddamn reason that your man is affiliating with your sister through text messages. The fact that these text messages going on, that's already sneaky. That already doesn't sit well with me. Evidently, whatever she saw, it was enough to make her realize that this dude is smashing my sister. Either that, or because you have some women that are very batshit crazy and you highly insecure that any little thing they see, they will take it and run with it and just blow it out of proportion. So one or the other has occurred, or like I said, it's been prior trust issues. And when you're in a relationship where there's prior trust issues, the moment you see something as simple as a text message, just expect explosion. That's why it's very imperative that people understand, if you don't have trust when it comes to a relationship, you do not need to be with that person. Let me tell you something. Betrayal will make you feel like a crackhead. It will make you feel like a meth head. It'll make you so goddamn paranoid. It'll have you looking over your shoulders. It'll have you watching and being overly observant to everything, because that's how delicate trust is. Trust, is like money. It takes years to build. But if you use it inappropriately or you abuse it, you can lose it all in a matter of seconds. Trust is a huge gamble, and it's very unfortunate that you just have some men that will not keep their dick in their pants, and you just have some women that's not going to keep her panties on. You just have some people that are whorish. You got these male hormongers. You got these whorish females, these female Jezebels. You just have some people that are just gonna fuck around on a significant other. It's just as simple as that. And honestly, people who have gone through this, you have to realize, when you find yourself in a situation like this, and a person has already shown you, in the words of Maya Angelou, when a person shows you who they are, believe them. Once you start seeing disrespect little by little, and it starts off small. It may start off small as, he's holding conversations inappropriately with this person. Next, he's going from holding sneaky conversations to he's meeting this person in private and you not knowing about it. Now it's going from sneaky conversations to meeting the person in privacy. Now things have escalated from one point to another to now you're actually being intimate with this person. You're actually involved with this person. And in worst case scenario, it's bad enough sex is involved, but the killer is when emotions get involved. That's even worse. Once a person starts catching feelings, when they're messing around on you or dealing with other people outside of the relationship pretty much can't recover. But even when cheating and messing around, there's just certain lines that you don't pass. And in this case, again, like I said, we don't know if this is the psychotic chick that's just so paranoid. Any little thing he does, she blows up or blows out of proportion. Or either, like I said before, there was already trust issues. She already was sensing that this man was doing shit that he wasn't supposed to do. So the moment she saw that, it was confirmation to her that he really is messing around on me. Because sometimes as a woman, once it gets into your mind and then the actions start lining up with your suspicions and your insecurities, and some of these guys are very grimy, and this is not to disrespect men, because again, there are good men out here who've been very faithful and they've had shitty ass women, so we know it goes both ways, okay? But you got some of these dudes that will sit up here and make a woman feel crazy when she's calling him out on his bull. You know what I mean? When she's seeing text messages, he's not coming home when he's supposed to. He's taking longer work hours than usual. All of a sudden, he wants to get a second job. He's never been one to like to work a lot. He's changing his appearance. He's all of a sudden acting different. He's bitching and complaining about stuff just to have a reason to start an argument so he can go out and go be with his boo thing. You have some people that are very conniving. And they will make you think that you're crazy, that you don't see what the hell you see. What is this text message? Who is this? What's going on? Man, you tripping, man. Come on, man. You know what I'm saying? You know how dudes be talking when they be lying. Man, you know what? Man, we shouldn't even be together. You feel me? You don't even trust a nigga like that. You know what I'm saying? I ain't even doing nothing. All I do is work and take care of my kids, man. You be tripping, man. You know what I'm saying? I told you whatever I did in the past, so what if I smashed, six women out the 3 months we've been together? That was in the beginning, you know what I'm saying? That was only last week. You feel me, Ma? You got to leave stuff in the past, man. That was last week. I ain't cheating no more. This is a new week, you know what I'm saying? You sitting up here letting your friends get in your head. You sitting up here, you know what I'm saying, being insecure for no reason. You know what I'm saying? I might as well be out there damn cheating, man. Ain't no need of me coming home and being faithful and, you know what I'm saying, me trying to prove myself, because you still ain't gonna trust the nigga. You still going, you know what I'm saying, feel some type of way, you know what I mean? Ain't no reason for me, you know what I'm saying, to be trying to put an effort in this relationship, and you still accusing a nigga, you know what I'm saying? I'm trying to be a better man, but you so damn insecure, bro. You just insecure, bro. You just insecure, ma, for no reason, yo. You stressing me out, yo. You know what I'm saying? I can't even be with you. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? It's just too much, yo. How can we move forward if you keep bringing up shit from the past? I know you caught me smashing a chick last week, but that's in the past. You know what I'm saying? You get these guys that will make a woman feel like she's crazy. And like I said, you got women who do it too. I'm not just picking on the guys, but in this case, I got to stay on the guys, because in this situation, this is the guy, okay? I don't want to go back and forth too much because it gets confusing. But y'all get my drift, okay? Like I said, all men are not players or cheaters or dogs, and all women are not faithful, devoted women, okay? So we could debunk that myth. You just have some people that are not good in relationships. They don't have the maturity. They do not reason the pros and the cons, that okay, yeah, I mean, I'll be able to relieve myself. I'm benefiting by juggling more than one woman at the same time, but they don't think about the consequences. A lot of you guys have to understand, it's a lot of scorn broken women out here that have gone through so much betrayal. Now, in some cases, she caused it on herself, knowing the nigga been messing around, knowing the dude wasn't no good, knowing the dude was married, knowing the dude was already dealing with somebody. You do have some women that bring it upon themselves to get treated the way that they do. But at the same token, you just have some people who will sit up here and lie over and over and over. And sometimes as a woman, you so in love with a man, you so infatuated with the man, especially, if he got that good pipe game, you so in love with his ass, he can make you believe the grass is blue when it's really green. Cause you know what I'm saying? That you become stigmatized, you know what I'm saying, to where you just want to believe in him. You want to believe that he's the right man for you. You want to believe that you're going to break that barrier that other black women can't break. Like, we're going to rise above the statistics. I'm going to make sure that I am one of the black women that can succeed. Because remember, a lot of black women, we already catching a lot of heat for being single mothers. We're already catching a lot of heat for society pretty much viewing us as being the bottom of the totem pole when it comes to marriage and relationships. So you have a lot of black women that feel the pressure to remain in unhealthy relationships just so they can avoid that stigma of she's a single black woman, so something must be wrong with her. So you have some black women, we feel that pressure, which makes us feel we are obligated to try to beat the odds by hanging in there and fighting to keep Negroes, to keep a man that basically don't want to be kept. The proof is in the pudding. Like I said, this does not apply to all men. If it doesn't apply, you have to reply. But for these crumbs out here, you know, these build-a-bum dudes, they come from nothing. You try to build them up, and they have the audacity, now that you done, you know, position them to be in a good place in which they're doing successful thanks to you, you know, picking them up to and from work when he didn't have a car so he could stack up money, you buying him clothes for his first interview so he can get a job. Now that you help this Negro get up on his feet, he's showing his ass, you know what I'm saying? And all of a sudden he's acting like he had it like that the whole time. Again, you got women who have done it. You got men who have picked up women from the bottom who ain't had shit, who came to in a relationship with not a pot to piss in or want to throw it out of. Now that he's supported her, going to college all the years, supported her, working all them years, now she's able to thrive. She was able to thrive off of her man's support, and she started her own business. She's making some money. Now she's looking down on her man like, you know what I'm saying, he's a bum, when he was the one who supported her ass when she was going through her struggling season. So you just have some people, you know, unfortunately, again, love is a gamble. Sometimes you take a chance, and you take a chance on somebody during a struggle, thinking if you love them enough, support them enough, and back them up enough, that when they do get well and do get on their feet, that they're going to return the favor, or at least show their appreciation, and not, you know what I'm saying, look down on you when you was the one that helped them to get to where they were. So we don't know the elements of this relationship, but evidently for her to snap, it's already been a lot of problems. Whatever she saw in that text message infuriated her so much she didn't even stop to think. I don't know what she saw. Hopefully it wasn't no titty pictures or, you know what I'm saying, kitty cat pictures, because women will do, you know what I'm saying, foul stuff like that. And to add insult to injury, this was her sister. You got some dudes that are so grimy, they will smash your best friend. They will smash your enemy. And in some cases, some dudes so much lack discipline, they will smash your own sister, your own blood. And what's even worse is when you have family, your own sister, that will comply and go along with it. Because even if he was hitting on her, even if he was trying to talk to her, if she was any good, if she met her sister just the least bit of good, she would have backed that nigga up and got him off of her and said, look here, I can't even flow with you like that. You my sister, man. It's too much dick out here in the world for me to be, you know what I'm saying, put myself in a position like you the only dick I can get. First of all, you are my niece's or nephew's father. What I look like, my niece and nephew find out that I'm smashing their daddy, and I disrespected their mother, and I'm their auntie. Hell no, miss me with that. Get the F out my face. She should have shut it down immediately. But you got some women so desperate, and you have some women that are so miserable. They seize the opportunity for another woman's man to try them. You believe it or not, you have some women, they get off on other women's man desiring them. You got some women, their self-esteem is so low, they don't want a man that is free and not obligated to anyone. It's almost like he's not a challenge. Instead, they would rather get a man who belongs to somebody because it gives them a sense of superiority. Like, damn, if he's married to her and been with her all these years, or they got kids together, and he's desiring me, and not his own woman or whatever, that makes me feel validated. You have some women, as crazy as it sounds, they feel validated when another woman's man is checking for them. It makes them feel special. It makes them feel like they are the queen of the crop. Not understanding that they're getting used and disrespected. Because anytime a man has a woman and he's trying to talk with you, or he's trying to talk to you, or he's smashing you, you already putting yourself in a position of being dogged. Because the way he look at it, if you will accept me, smashing you, and I'm with your sister, I'm with your best friend, then guess what? You got to accept whatever other bullshit that comes behind it. Hell, if I smash another chick on you, that you gonna have to deal with it. You accepted it when I was smashing you while you was with your sister. So anyway, this woman, she lost it. You got a lot of women out here, guys. You have to be careful. You cannot trample over their emotions, and it's no different for women. You cannot play with these dudes' emotions. You have men that will wipe you off this earth if they've done put all their money and all their time into you, bust their ass to please you, to prove they love you, to find out you smashing some random dude. He will snap. In this case, this woman really lost it, and honestly, I can understand why. You already smashing a chick on me. That's disrespectful. Then you the father of my child on top of that. So it's not like I can really get rid of your ass in an event. I just really can't deal with your bullshit. I still got to deal with you. But on top of that, it's my blood. And you texting this bitch while you sitting in the car with me and our baby is sitting in the back seat. The level of disrespect. However, even though what he did was way out of line, it's imperative that you have to gain control of your emotions. Emotions got people in prison. Emotions have people in the grave. Emotions can destroy you. And sometimes, even in the heat of the moment, you have to think about the bigger consequences. Because what she's not understanding now, she already had a problem with her baby daddy supposedly having inappropriate conversations with her sister. She just opened a bigger can of worms. She's facing prison time because somebody died. Let me tell you something. When you don't think before you act, the results can be very devastating. Because now someone has died, and the ironic part is the person that she was the most angry with, he still lived through it. However, she killed another bystander that was innocent to the whole situation. And when I saw that video, she had tunnel vision. She blacked the hell out. She was so busy looking at him when he came out the store. She wasn't paying attention to this man that was barely walking with his cane. She just had tunnel vision. And in the heat of anger, when you get that tunnel vision, you're not looking left. You're not looking right. You're just looking straight ahead. That is when you put yourself in endangerment. Because you're basically not thinking straight. You're not looking at the whole situation overall. It's the worst thing any man or woman could do is put themselves in a position where they have tunnel vision. You're looking at one thing and one thing only, because now you have lost all reality of your surroundings. And that's exactly what happened. She snapped. She was so angry when she saw that text message. The moment she saw him, she hit him. She striked him with her car. She didn't give it a second, third, fourth. And the fact that he came out the store, of course, looking puzzled, putting his hands up like, what's wrong with you? That probably really took her over the edge. Like, now you playing stupid, like you don't know why I'm mad. I'm sure at that moment in time, he had to know why she was mad. Not that it justifies what she did. But the fact that he acted oblivious, that first of all, it took her over the edge when she saw the text message. Took over the edge when she was in that car getting ready to hit him. He put his hands up like, what the hell going on? What you mad about? And she just lost it. But again, this doesn't justify her hitting this man and hitting another innocent bystander who actually died behind her actions. She dug a deeper grave for herself, did all of that, and now she still ain't going to be with him, because once she get all that prison time, he's eventually going to heal. His leg is going to get better. Hell, he still may end up with her sister after this. If not, he may end up with a whole nother woman. This is what people don't understand. This incident, we had a similar incident happen a couple of blocks down from me. And what happened was, there was these two guys. One of the guys is a longshoreman and he's married. The other guy was just a young guy, and I guess he had a little job, whatever the case is. Long story short, the young guy was messing around with the longshoreman's wife. This wasn't the first time, I guess. He got a whiff of the young dude dealing with his wife, so he threatened him and told him, stay away from her, don't deal with her now. He should have been telling the wife that, but for whatever reason, he did not. Maybe he did tell the wife, I don't know. But nevertheless, he told the young man to stay away from his wife. Young man kept dealing with him anyway. So, sure enough, he goes and shoots him. He kills him. And now, the young man is dead and you're in prison. So my thing is, your same wife that was already disrespecting you and smashing a young dude who evidently wasn't making the money you made because you're a longshoreman. He nowhere was on your level. He probably was just giving good pipe, or whatever. But my thing is, you took this young man's life. Now your wife really has all the freedom to get all the dick she wants on you, because now you're in prison. So you definitely can't do nothing about it now. And this young lady, Miss Chapman, she didn't think about any of that. Her daughter, she's going to be seeing her behind a glass. Family members are going to have to bring her child. She done lost her chances of possibly meeting a man who would have been better for her, giving her a second chance at love, at life, where she could have been a mother again and did it right the next time round. Her anger at that moment in time just killed any possibilities of a better future. And a lot of people, when they get in this in this zone of anger, they don't think about, you know what, one day I may recover from this. One day I may look back on this. One day I still may get a good wife behind this. I still may get a good husband. Some people, once they see black, they see black. But you know what? They don't think about it till they've been in prison for so long. Reality sets in. They look back and reflect and realize, when life has gone on, eventually while she's in prison, she's going to hear about how his life is going. He still gets, if he wants to get remarried, he'll get remarried. If he wants to have kids, he'll still have kids. Now, ironically, it can go this way too. He can end up getting full custody of their child, because now he can say, my child, she endangered our child when she hit me with that car. Now, she basically, her actions is going to give this man everything. Because you better believe, when he heals up and he gets past this initial shock, dude is going to get nasty. I can't say I really blame him, because I don't care how angry you are with me or whatever. You don't take it upon yourself to hit me with a car where you could have took my life. But at the same time, he shouldn't have been playing with this girl's feelings. And unfortunately, we in a society where people just really feel so much entitlement. You got grown men and grown women thinking they can go around and use as many people as they want to use. You got grown men married, still thinking they can step outside of their marriage, or men that are not married but they are in committed relationships. They have inappropriate conversations with women. You entertain it long enough, it's going to go from one thing to the next. You never will be that strong. All this, we're just friends. I ain't trying to kick it with her like that. We just hang out. One thing will lead to another, especially if you're already involved in a troubled relationship, a relationship that is already struggling to recover from trust, struggling to recover from betrayal. It just it causes more toxicity to the situation. So this young woman, a lot of women in prison, I used to, like I said, sort to the jail. A lot of women are in jail facing prison time because They allowed a man to keep getting away with disrespecting, disrespecting, till eventually the disrespect escalated to a whole nother level. And because you've taken so much, you lose it. You snap, you go ham, and end up doing something you eventually end up regretting. Not only when she hit him and hit the other man, she had the audacity to get out the car and beat on him. That and this is what happens when you love, and this was for ladies and gentlemen, when you love somebody more than you love yourself, that's basically what's going on here. She loved him so much that she was willing to lose her freedom on hurting him based off the fact that he was hurting her. Instead of her letting him go, she was so in love with him. She wanted this nigga to straighten up and do right. You have some men and women that are like that. They don't want to lose the person they love. Instead of, counting their losses and accept it for what it is, they will try to fight to make this person treat them right, to make this person love them. They think if they stick in there long enough, it's going to pay off. Eventually, this person is going to realize nobody's going to love him like I do. Nobody's going to love her like I do. So you hanging there, thinking that eventually it's going to pay off. That eventually this person is going to love you the way you want to be loved, is going to treat you the way you want to be treated, only to find out that they still shitting on you. And in worst case scenario, when you think you done progressed, I know some men and women who have been in relationships and felt like, they had a bruise, they had a head-on collision. One of them got caught cheating. It was either the man or the woman, but they learned a lesson, got back on a good space, got back on a good path. Everything's going hunky-dory. You thinking everything is smooth. You thinking this man done learned his lesson. You thinking this man done stepped out, and after all the BS y'all went through, he realized it's not worth losing what he has, only to find out he's still doing it. And it's more, like I said, it's more hurtful when you think you have progressed. You thinking y'all five steps ahead, and the moment you see an inappropriate text or some inappropriate activity going on in your relationship, your marriage, it puts you 5 steps back. Every time your significant other is caught cheating on you, lying to you, or being deceitful, it's like it's like another puncture. It's a different stab, but it's at the same wound. It's the same wound, or the same wound, but the pain keeps intensifying. Because every time you think you at a good place, bleep, 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 who the hell is this texting her? Who texting him? Y'all going out to dinner, y'all going on family trips, y'all going to church, y'all done been to counseling. Everybody in the family prayed for y'all to work it out, for God to restore your marriage, restore your relationship, only to find out nothing has changed. There's no progress. This man still texting women. Or this woman is still dealing with side dudes. And that's the extra betrayal. When a person done made you believe they learned their lesson and they gonna do right. That's worse than somebody who, you caught this person lying and cheating on you for the very first time because it's shocking. But to repeat it again after y'all went through hell and back to restore that marriage, to restore that relationship, only to find out not only they messing around, but then there's somebody in your family. Let me tell you, it's millions of women that have gone through this. I know one personally. This man was dealing with her sister, had kids from her sister. And it's a very awkward feeling having family reunions, seeing them there at the same time, knowing their kids are cousins, but siblings. You know, it creates a lot of problems. That girl saw something in that text message. Hell, hopefully the sister ain't say she thinks she pregnant or some shit like that. Something in that text message drove her to the edge. But the sad part is she messed herself up in the process of it. You better believe she's gonna do time. She's not gonna be able to do that what they call it a crime of passion. Yeah, I think it's called crime of passion or something, or the heat of passion or something, moment of passion, whatever they call it, when you just so happen walk in on your spouse and catch them something in the heat of the passion, whatever. But that's not gonna work because she hit him, hit another guy, and he died. And on top of that, she got out, she parked the van and got out the van and went to beating on him. I know that dude was lost in the sauce, like, what the fuck? You know, he saw it coming. And guess what? Most cheaters never see when their day is coming. They never think they're going to get caught. They never think they get so comfortable. And what makes it worse, like I said, I don't know her situation with him. If she gave him the benefit of a doubt, gave him a second chance, and maybe she started sensing this nigga still up to no good. And then the part about it is sometimes you can sense when your man or your woman is being deceitful, and when they start, because you know when you done been down that road of your spouse betraying your trust, and they done messed around and violated or whatever the case is, you start seeing changes in their attitude. They have the audacity to get cocky. Make it so bad when a man or a woman is cheating on you, they ain't even like humble with it. You get some of them that get cocky. Man, I ain't got time for this foolishness. Every little argument, they trying to find a reason to leave the house. Every little issue, they don't want to talk it out and work it out. They want to complain like you doing too much. This is reverse psychology. Man, you doing too much. Man, you so paranoid. You so paranoid. You so insecure. You so insecure. You crazy, man. You crazy, man. People will sit up there and make you think you don't see what the fuck you see. And when you see it, especially when you called them out on it more than once, but because you really had no solid proof, you had to let it slide. But you knew in the back of your mind, I know he lied, I know she lied, but I can't prove it right now. And for it to come out, it will piss you off, because it's like, I knew it all along. I kept asking him, or I kept asking her, and she kept denying, lying. And here it is, it's in my face. Sometimes people get driven to the edge because you make them feel like they was crazy. And that's what makes them crazy. You see all the inappropriateness, the text messages, you come in and out the house all type of funny hours, and I'm asking you, are you messing around? Are you dealing with somebody? No, it ain't nothing like that. No, it ain't nothing. Are you unhappy? Do you want to be with me? Yeah, I want to be with you. I love you. I don't want nobody but you. Till you find out this dude been smashing big buffet Brenda cheeks all time of night. Soon as he get off his job, he lying to you, telling you he got overtime and he riding somebody behind. Overthink, only thing, he ain't working overtime. He got somebody bent over his couch. And you got some people, well, you can catch them and they will look you right in your face and still lie. You got some people, they will hold a lie down. They gonna keep pushing that narrative, knowing it's a lie. But that is, in most cases, most cheaters will make the innocent, the spouse that's innocent situation, they will make you crazy. Make you think you're paranoid, you insecure, you doing too much, or all this that narcissistic, making you think you wrong for questioning them. You wrong for not trusting in them. When you seeing so much inconsistency, the lies ain't adding up. And they will still tell you, I don't know what you're talking about. Everything, I don't know. I don't know. They will sit up here and make you feel like you something wrong with you. You know? Um, Again, I don't know if this was the case, but what I will say this situation is not going to turn out pleasant, especially not for her, because her anger caused her to get another man killed. That had absolutely nothing to do with it. If you get in a situation, you find out your wife, your husband is cheating on you, you seeing dick pics or whatever the case is, before you go and break her neck in her sleep, before you choke her out, before you go shooting him execution style, realize realize where you are going to end up when it's all said and done. Realize once you take their life, you can't bring them back. And my thing is, you have to know you better than you know you. You know you can't handle somebody cheating on you. You know it will drive you to a place in which you will snap and you go black out. You can't handle that type of heartache. Then I suggest, if you getting any signs that this person is not being committed to you, you need to leave them now. Don't lie to yourself that it's gonna get better. Don't test yourself. A lot of times we play ourselves. You see all the shit, you see all the lies ain't adding up, you see, and you keep sitting there making yourself think it's gonna get better. Now, there are relationships that have survived cheating. There are relationships that have survived. Let's face it, people who have been together 30, 40 plus years got some stories they can share. And everybody, no matter what people tell you, marriage relationships is not very glamorous. It's a lot of challenges, especially if you are a person that's committed. Now, if you're the kind of man or woman that goes from relationship, it's going to be hard for you to relate to this topic because you're not used to being consistent. You got some people that would rather weather the storm with one than every time something goes wrong, you jumping out here and getting in a new relationship with this and that person, only to find out that shit, they got things that you got to deal with. It is no getting around. I don't care who you end up with. Um, Nevertheless, now she's not. She hasn't really, probably by now, if reality hasn't set in, um, the consequences that are coming behind this. If she couldn't handle a text message, she's definitely going to really mentally break when that judge tells her she has life. Um, when she has to accept the reality that this man may end up getting full custody of their baby. The fact her family, um, they may not really want to support her or deal with her after this. It is so much coming behind this. And the sad part is she didn't think about it beforehand. So you got some people, they don't think about stuff, they just do it. And then that's when reality sets in. Chapman also already had anger issues. She was accused of hitting a 9-year-old with a belt and punching her in the eye. Now, I think this was in juvenile, which meant she was younger, but still, this just goes to show you that this young lady has a lot of anger issues. She just loved putting her hands on people, but it's not a good look for her, y'all. I don't think she's gonna get spared on this. Again, she got aggravated murder, felonious assault, attempted murder, and endangering children. Um, it's just I just really don't see her calling out this. It's so sad, but you have a lot of women in prison because they loved a man more than they loved themselves, you know, and some men too. I know some men who's sitting in prison all because they got whooped. They was whooped. Let this woman talk them into killing another man because she claiming this man beating on him and beating on me. You falling for the okie doke, you go kill a man, only to find out she lied to you. She killed the man so she can collect his insurance policy. You know, it's a lot of grimy ass people out here, but this young lady, she's not understanding she's in for a ride. This is going to be a very long journey for her. Her life has forever changed. she's going to go from a mom to a prison inmate. She's not going to be able to see her child go to her first day of school. This man is more, I guarantee you, and I'm gonna keep up with this case. I guarantee you this man gonna get full custody. He gonna fight for it. And if he's doesn't have no record or nothing shady or whatever, the judge is gonna grant it to him because she made him the victim. Now, even though the whole time she probably could have very well been the victim of his cheating and disrespect, guess what? That does not count in the court of the law. When it comes to a situation like this, it's not about he cheated on you, he disrespected you, whatever. That's not going to hold enough weight for her to justify her actions with the fact she hit him and then ended up hitting another man who died. And unfortunately, this was the path she chose. You have to realize I've been in situations in which it took me out of my character, my element. It's very important, ladies and gentlemen, that y'all stay prayed up. You have to ask God to give you wisdom with being able to discipline yourself, even in situations where you're being tried, you're being lied to, you're being disrespected, and not just with relationships or marriage, with jobs, with friendships, with people. You have to pray for God to give you wisdom on how to utilize your discretion, spiritual discretion. You have to pray for the spirit of discretion, or else you can very well end up in a situation where somebody pushes you into a corner and you already have taken so much. And guess what? Humble people get tired. People that always go along to get along, it comes a point when their back is up against the wall like it's never been before. You're going to see something different from them that you've never seen before. Certain situations bring out the worst in people. You have to know for yourself what will bring out the worst in you. And you have to be honest with yourself and avoid those situations that will bring you out to your worst. And like I said, she, I don't know her. She probably been one of those girls who tried to be a good woman, work, pay her bills, try to support them. I don't know the situation. You good women do get dogged. It happens. Just like you got good men who work their ass off, who just want to come home to a hot plate. They simple, ask for simple things. They ain't extra and acting like Mr. from the Color Purple, being overly aggressive and all of that. You have some calm-natured men that just want a good wife, want a family. Only to end up with women that had a woman that has considered them as weak, walking all over them, disrespecting them, emasculating them or whatever, demasculate, I don't know if there's emasculated, whatever, making him feel less than a man. And he finally gets to a point to where he snaps and everybody's looking at him like, oh my goodness, what is wrong with him? That's why I'm going to also speak about Chris Watts, the Christopher Watts story about the oil engineer who actually killed his wife and their two daughters that they had together. It was a really big one of the biggest crimes in America that really still has a lot of people's attention to this day. I definitely want to reiterate more on that situation because this is a prime example when you sit up there and you take a lot of stuff because you want to be strong. People will tell you, listen, people will tell you that you're not a real man or a real woman because you just won't tolerate all type of shit. They'll say you ain't strong enough when really you ain't stupid enough. That's the problem. You ain't stupid enough to keep tolerating the same disrespect. So they'll say you ain't strong enough. People get stupidity and loyalty confused. They're not one and the same at all. But nevertheless, y'all, I would like for y'all to leave y'all opinion below. Let me know what y'all think about this situation. Do y'all think she stands any chance in being able to get out of this? What do you think the consequences are going to be? Do you think she's actually going to get sentenced, or do you think the judge may spare some leniency? What is your overall intake on this? Have you been in a situation in which you almost got driven to a point, What techniques did you use to keep yourself calm? Because I really want y'all to come in the comment section and share this, because you may have some people out there that's like this young lady on the edge, knowing they saw the red flags, they got all these suspicions, but yet they are not strong enough to walk away to say, I deserve better, I want better. I said all relationships have ups and downs. Relationships have recovered from the most ugliest, unpleasant situations. Your grandma, your grandfather, if you're still blessed, if you're blessed to still have them here, they could tell you some stories what they went through with their grandmama. They could tell you some stories. Your grandmama could tell you the stories she went through with your grandfather. Your grandfather could tell you some stories he went through with your grandmother. Anybody who's been married for a long time can tell you they've experienced being deceived. They might have got messed around on, or whatever the case is, but they was able to sustain, bounce back, recover. And the only thing that changes these type of situations, guys, is for one, forgiveness, two, time, and three, change behavior. If none of those three things come in play, your relationship, your marriage is not going to progress. You have to forgive, meaning you can't keep throwing shit up in people's face. Every time you get mad, you want to dig in an old file cabinet from 1992 where you caught him talking to some girl on the first Motorola flip phone. And time. In other words, if you cheated on somebody and they decide to still be with you, whatever the case is, you don't get to decide when they get to be over it. Damn, I ain't messed around in 1 month. You ain't over it yet. You have some people that have the audacity, especially when you're the cheater. When you are the cheater, you're supposed to be compassionate. You're supposed to do whatever it takes to appease to the betrayed significant other, to earn their trust, to make them feel comfortable. You don't get to call the shots. I find it amazing the ones that do the damage want to be the ones to call the shots. You cannot do it. Like I said, time, you got to give that person time. And the third thing, like I mentioned, change behavior. The betrayee has to prove himself. No, the betrayer has to prove themselves to the betrayee, the one that they betrayed. But you have the betrayer who feels as if he or she humbles himself, then that gives the mate that they disrespected room to be overbearing and control them. See, the person that's used to being controlling, they fear having to be the one to be controlled. That's why you have some people, some spouses that have created damage and have inflicted pain to the marriage, because when the shoe was on the other foot and they had the one that didn't do the betrayal, submissive to them, faithful to them, they took it and took advantage of it, and I gave them the room to fuck off and do what they want to do. Now that the tables are turned and the ball is no longer in their court, some of them either one gonna be humble and like, look, I can't afford to even fall for anymore. I almost lost my match, I almost lost my relationship. I got to straighten up and fly right. There's no more room for error. Then you got some, they just get cocky with it. I mean, yeah, I was wrong, but damn, how many times you want me to apologize? God damn it, you gotta apologize as much as I want you to. Hell, I may even want you to apologize at my funeral. Apologize as much as I want to. Guess what? If you inflict the trust and you cause the damage, you don't get to pick and choose how that person forgives you. You don't get to pick and choose when they should be over it. If you can't handle the heat, get your ass out the kitchen. And the same thing for the one who's been betrayed. If you're going to try to work it out, long as the actions are lining up with the words, you can't keep throwing stuff up. You can't keep throwing it up in every argument because you want to win your argument. Let me tell you something. Forgiveness takes two very strong-minded, mature individuals. Everybody is not relationship quality. Everybody is not marital quality. Getting a relationship and keeping a relationship is not the same thing. It takes a lot of work. But again, my heart definitely goes out to the Chapman's family. I can't empathize with her, but I do empathize with her family. I'm sure she has a mother, a father, definitely her daughter. That's a child. I don't know if it's a boy or girl. That's only 8 months old. My condolences, deepest condolences goes out to Mr. Griffith, who overcame a lot. And the very thing that he strived to bring awareness to is the very thing that caused him to meet his demise. Also to the other victim, Mr. Lunsford, fortunately he survived it. It just was not his time to go. But if he did cheat on her, hopefully this teaches him a lesson. Do not lie to a woman. Do not deceive a woman. Do not play mind games, because you got people that'll do shit like that until something happens. And man and women done it. There's no gender more or less guilty. It goes both ways. But anyway, y'all, leave y'all comment below. Let me know what y'all think before I get ready to shut it down. Again, y'all, I sell cable 9,000 channels for only $20 a month. It was $25. I done brought it down to $20 a month. So 9,000 channels. I got all the sports packages, TV One, Bounce, anything you want, I got it. Also, for those of you who are interested in buying a tumbler, your favorite sports team, you got a wedding event, gift, bridal shower, baby shower, something coming up, please email me. I do not have a website right now where I can take orders online. I'm not big yet on that level to do it, so we got to do it the old-fashioned way. Also, I still got my beard oil and my hair oil for anybody who's interested. I homemade beard oil for men and hair oil for women, only $8 a bottle. So anyway, y'all have a blessed night. And before y'all leave, before you exit, I want you to check out my For Laughs segment. I like to put in my little funny little videos at the end. So before you leave, please hit that like button and please stay tuned for my segment within this content called For Laughs. I will be talking to y'all soon. Be blessed.
This is a fair warning. This video, you're not supposed to laugh. But the harder you hold it, the worse it gets. Brace yourself.
I wish I'd never seen a cigarette in my entire life. I do believe that I wish I'd never ever seen one. Much less to get out with something. Right.